Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Croatian lawmakers have ratified the Istanbul Convention on combating and preventing violence against women with an overwhelming majority, 110 votes to 30. An amendment put forth by the Social Democrats to remove a statement clarifying Croatia's interpretation of the convention that is part of the ratification bill did not pass.
Ratification of this convention is an important thing for Croatia. Its aim is to protect women from violence and domestic violence. With respect to its application, all government and state institutions will implement it to its fullest in an effort to eradicate this negative social phenomenon. That's what's most important. All of what we heard during the debate was, in my opinion, overblown. It dragged our attention away from the core aim of the convention. Meanwhile, the explanatory statement provides clear guidelines for institutions on how to implement it.
In a significant break from the party line, 14 MPs from Prime Minister Andrej Plenković's ruling HDZ voted against ratification. Here are some reactions to the vote from MPs who supported ratification and those who did not.
I hope there will be no more compromises with those people who use the Istanbul Convention to exert their influence on the authorities on decisions that concern individual freedoms, such as a woman's right to choose, a right to IVF treatment, and the rights of same-sex couples. I voted against it, and I made my position clear beforehand.
This is a victory for all women who are victims of violence, all women who keep silent, all women who are too afraid to report their abusers. This is their day and a major victory for them. I'm proud, very proud, that Croatia is joining the ranks of other respectable countries and moving in the right direction. My heart feels very big right now, and I'm very proud of us.
I respect the position of Mr. Dodik of the HDS and Mr. Hrg. Mr. Kosor and the HSLS share the views of the HDSSB, and we are merely following the principles outlined in our program. This was a major step for democracy within our party and for Croatia's democracy in general. Several HDZ colleagues voted against ratification, a few abstained. Tomorrow is a new day. There won't be any split within the HDZ. We've addressed this issue within our club of deputies, and it was made clear that several of us would vote against ratification. It was out in the open, and I don't see any reason for a split.
There was another important vote in Parliament today. Lawmakers struck down a motion of no confidence in Deputy Prime Minister Martina Dalić. He survived the vote with backing from 76 MPs in the 151-seat chamber. 71 opposition MPs voted in favor of her dismissal.
I confirm that we have not passed a no-confidence motion against Deputy Prime Minister and Economy Minister Martina Dalić. Minister Dalić retains the support of the Croatian Parliament.
Before today's voting, Prime Minister Plenković briefed lawmakers on the European Council meetings he attended last month when EU leaders discussed Brexit negotiations and economic issues. Opposition MPs were interested in Agrokor and Russia, while some accused Plenković of being a lackey to Brussels.
Mr. Plenković, can you tell us whether the outcome of this settlement is in any way linked to the future of the energy sector in Croatia? This has nothing to do with the Slavonski Brod refinery, nor the energy sector, nor the LNG terminal. The fact is that those who lent the money are still creditors, and there is no other solution but to allow them part ownership of the company. This shows we have no prejudice towards anyone, be they American investment funds or Russian banks. Have you spoken with the President, given the fact that she is inviting Russia's President for a visit at a time when we are imposing sanctions on Russia? Of course, we have spoken to the President in great detail, and we took a comprehensive look at the situation and made our decisions jointly. It was a responsible decision. It is time to state clearly when you will take a sovereign line of policy and stop being a Brussels bureaucrat. Unlike you, we are acting in the interest of Croatia as a country, and we know how to implement our policies. There is a lot of buzz that you are looking for a position in Brussels. Do you want to run for a top position in the European Parliament, the Commission, or somewhere else? I have already answered these rumors in the media, which are probably being spread by someone like you. I've said it before, and I will say it again for you. I want to be the Prime Minister of Croatia and to work in the interest of Croatian people, and to do what I set out to do when we ran in the election.
The oil company Crodux is denying it is responsible for the contamination of the water supply in Slavonski Brod that left 90,000 residents without potable water for 10 days. They claim that a gasoline leak from a pipeline Crodux had been testing is not the cause of the contamination because the substance could not have seeped into the system within 48 hours. City authorities claim otherwise and say they have test results contradicting Crodux's claims.
There is no way that there are traces of gasoline in the tested samples because they did not discover any hydrocarbons within the C6 and C12 range, the gasoline spectrum. No benzene was found.
Do you believe Crodux is not responsible for the water contamination?
I will believe it when I see the results of the investigation, which must be independent and will tell us what happened.
In sports, Croatian international Niko Kovac will be the new head coach of Germany's Bundesliga powerhouse Bayern. The club has confirmed. The 46-year-old Kovac coached the Croatian team to the 2014 World Cup and earned 83 caps for the Croatian squad as a player. He also played 2 seasons with Bayern from 2001 to 2003. FC Bayern is the top of the German league and will play in the semifinals of the Champions League.
Tomorrow's forecast calls for mostly sunny skies with some occasional clouds in the east during the day and in the evening on the north coast. There will be a light to moderate north-northeasterly wind on the Adriatic in the morning and a northwesterly during the day. Morning temperatures will be cooler, ranging from 4 to 9 in the interior and from 9 to 13 on the coast. The day's highs will be between 20 and 25 for most of the country. It will be slightly cooler in Gorski Kotar. Looking to the new week, Sunday will be partly sunny in the interior, but clouds will begin to build by evening and there is a chance of some light rain. Conditions in the new week will be variable with intermittent clouds and sunshine, plus the odd shower mixed in. Temperatures will be slightly cooler, but still within normal for this time of year. On the coast, it will be pleasantly warm over the coming days, but slightly less stable. On Sunday, there is a chance of some local showers in the north and in North Dalmatia. Monday will be cloudy with sporadic rain, while Tuesday will be cloudy and wet.
And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again tomorrow.